It's a big night of high school sports in our community. The News 8 Highlight Zone starts now.
Good evening, I'm Greg Wawrnick. It's rivalry week in the MVC. It's also the week that we see the game that could determine who's going to win the 2014 Coulee Conference Championship. Let's head out to Arcadia. Arcadia hosting Westby. Both teams are perfect 7-0 on the season. Both ranked in the top 6 in Division 5 in the WisSports.net coaches poll. First quarter, Raiders up 3-0, and they're on the 7. Jim Hesley drops back and finds Zach Pronshinsky. He stretches out to the touchdown. Arcadia up 10-0. Excuse me. Midway through the second, Westby dropping back the throw. It's deep, but Lee Pronshinsky's there for the interception, and the play will not end just there. He takes it all the way back for the score, and Arcadia is up 17-0. Later on in the second quarter, Arcadia with the football again. And Hesley rolls to his left and finds Pronshinsky on the flat. And he takes this to the outside, weaving in for another Raiders touchdown, his second time finding pay dirt. They go up 24-0, and Arcadia clinching at least a share of the Coulee Conference crown with a 41-10 win. We'll get to the rest of tonight's Coulee games in just a little bit. If the battle for the Arc isn't big enough, a little more importance to go with it this year. Central needs to win out to make the playoffs. Logan can guarantee at least a share of the MVC championship with the win. Let's head to Swanson Field. Rangers looking to keep the Arc for a third straight year. Scoreless late in the first quarter. Logan's Dylan Crocker gets across the goal line with the second effort. Rangers up 7-0. Jump to the second quarter now. Rangers up 14-0. Kyle Bacalarz takes the handoff and zips 9 yards for the score. Rangers up by 21. Just a few minutes later, it's Bacalarz again, taking the pitch and getting into the end zone. Score now 28-0. Just 18 seconds after the last touchdown, Logan at it again. This time, Eric Elmore for the score. Logan was up 48-0 at the half, and the Rangers are the MVC champions with a 48-6 win. Right behind Logan in the standings are these two. Holmen hosting on Alaska, both 4-1 in conference. We pick it up in the second quarter, tied at 0. Holmen quarterback Cameron Zimmerman keeps this one himself, weaving through the defense, gets it down to the 10-yard line. That leads to a Mitchell Dinger touchdown from 1 yard out, which would begin the trend of this game. It's 6-0 Vikings. Ensuing drive for Onalaska. Jalen Zubik takes the handoff 6 yards for the score, and the Hilltoppers tie the game at 6-6. Back comes Holmen. It's Dinger again, this time from 2 yards out. 13-6 Vikings. They're not done yet for the half. Dinger, yet again, 4-yard score to give them the 2-touchdown lead. To the third now, they just keep piling on with, you guessed it, Dinger. Yet again, he had 5 touchdowns on the night, 155 yards rushing. Holmen wins by a final score of 41-12. Apologize, we don't have highlights for this game. We had technical difficulties back here in the edit bay. West Salem defeats Aquinas 35-10 tonight. And last but certainly not least among the MVC rivals, Sparta playing host to Toma, start of the second half. Sparta is going to try the onside kick, and they are successful. Spartans looking for momentum as they're down by a pair of touchdowns. Sparta gets inside the red zone, but a huge 4th down stop right there by the Timberwolves as they take over on downs, protecting the lead. Fourth quarter now, Toma's Gavin Brand takes it in for the 5-yard score as they go up 28-7. And that's your final. Toma victor tonight, 28-7. Back to Coulee Conference play now. Black River Falls can clinch their spot in the postseason with a win at home against Viroqua. First quarter, BRF's Jack Rue rolls to his right and finds Nathaniel Parker. He takes it 21 yards to the house, and the Tigers with an early 6-0 lead. 5 minutes later, Rue finds Alec Harder for the 5-yard score. BRF now up 14-0. Rue finishing with 2 TD passes, also returns a punt for a touchdown. Black River Falls with the shutout victory, 26-0. GET needing wins these final 2 weeks of the season to make the playoffs. Tonight they travel to Luther. Third quarter, GET up 3-0. A fumbled handoff is scooped up by Luther's Evan Hyatt. He takes it all the way for the score, and Luther takes their first lead of the game, 7-3. GET trying to score, but Cody Gunderson's 3rd down heave to the end zone falls incomplete. Redhawks settle for a field goal on that drive to make it 7-6. Fourth quarter now, Luther's TJ Babinick rolls out, hits Caleb McNally for the score. Knights up 14-6, and Luther gets the win on their home field tonight, 17-6. Well, coming up, more Highlight Zone, including more opportunities for area teams to clinch conference championships. Stick around, we'll be right back. Back to the News 8 Highlight Zone. 6-0 Caledonia can clinch at least a share of the Southern Football Alliance Blue Division Championship tonight. Warriors with their final home game of the regular season hosting Wabasha Kellogg. We pick it up in the second quarter. Caledonia's Devin Heaney takes this one in for a 2-yard touchdown. Caledonia in control with a 27-0 lead. Later on, it's going to be Caledonia again. Colton Lampert would catch this one and take it in for a 39-yard touchdown. They lead 33-0 at the half. Early third quarter now, Caledonia would take this one in for a 26-yard touchdown run. They go up 41-0. Final score, it's Caledonia winning 55-0, their 40th straight conference win, leading to their 7th straight conference crown. They finish up the season at Goodhue next week for the outright championship. La Crescent losing at home to PEM by a final of 45-18. Once again, we apologize. That was another game we had problems with to get highlights back for you. Another conference championship that can get clinched this evening is in the Scenic Bluffs. 5-0 Bangor claims at least a share of the title with a win at Waniwak Center. Second quarter, here's a second drive for Bangor, Kellen Kravick drops back, and it's receiver Wyatt McDonald with the pass. He takes it in for the touchdown, and Bangor is up 14-0. Later on, Kravick back to receive the punt for Bangor. He picks it up, cuts left, and takes it all the way down the sideline to the 5-yard line. Running back Andrew Piskey would punch it in from there. They go up 28-0 at the end of the first quarter. All Bangor tonight. They win 63-6, clinching a share of the Scenic Bluffs title. They can win it outright next week versus Brookwood. Cashton coming off their first conference loss to Bangor last week, on the road again this week at Royal. Score tied at 6. Cashton with the ball. Noah Flock hands it off to Jeffrey Jansen, who cuts outside and takes it all the way down the sideline for the score. They take a 12-6 lead. Cashton with the ball again. Flock looking deep towards the end zone. Picked off, though, by Royals' Michael Salmanowski. They take over with less than 2 minutes left in the half. But Cashton would recover a fumble inside the Royal 20 with just seconds left in the half. Flock gets sacked by Trenton Pash. Score is 12-6 at the half. And final score, Cashton wins tonight by a final of 30-14. A couple more games in the Scenic Bluffs tonight. Both of them shutouts. New Lisbon and Hillsboro picking up wins. Homecoming for DeSoto as they host Kickapoo Lafarge. In the first quarter, Kickapoo Lafarge's Matthew Miller runs this one in for a 5-yard touchdown. Kickapoo Lafarge scoring the first points of the game. Later on in the first, it's going to be Miller again. Looks like the same play too. This time though, from 17 yards out, making the score 14-0. Kickapoo Lafarge striking again in the second quarter. This time Keith Borker would take this one in for 30 yards. It's a 20-0 game, and Kickapoo Lafarge wins 41-0 as they secure their spot in the postseason. More Ridge and Valley from the night. Ithaca continues to roll through their schedule. They win 77-6, and Weston knocks off Seneca 26-16. Dairyland scores Indy Gilmanton a 43-6 winner. Indy's now 6-0 in the Dairyland. Also CFC a 43-12 winner over Blair Taylor, and Melrose Mindoro wins 41-6 at Augusta. Well, coming up, the Brewers make their decision today on the future of manager Ron Renicky. But first, more scores from tonight will take us to break.